Hello flight simmers, welcome back to the second full flight video with the FSLabs Sharklets. Today we are in the A321 in the very beautiful Delta colors, and we are doing some American operation today, flying from Minneapolis, St. Paul over to Las Vegas. And I think this will be a pretty cool flight with the FSLabs Sharklets, around a 3-hour flight time. And I am very much looking forward to bring this plane across the United States. And today we are flying offline, so I have some AI traffic running around. You can see there's some 737, another A321, also with Sharklets over there, pretty cool. Minneapolis downtown, all the way back there, and yeah, looks like a pretty cool morning. Nice weather here in Minneapolis. So I am very much looking forward to do this flight together with you guys. And yeah, GSX is currently refueling the plane. I believe we will carry quite a bit of fuel today in this aircraft. And yeah, then we can also soon kick off the boarding, and I will meet you guys inside the flight deck. Yes, so here we are, fueling just started. Now we are at around 8,000 pounds, and looking over at our beautiful EFB, also with the Delta colors, so that's quite nice. Looking at sim brief, I know it's a bit hard to read, but I hope it works for you guys today. So we are carrying block fuel 29,000 pounds, so refueling will take a bit longer. Flight time is estimated at 3 hours and 2 minutes, alternate is Ontario. And we will depart Minneapolis 1540, which is, well, this is Zulu, so it's 1040 local. We will be a bit late, based on the fact that we have just started refueling. And yeah, so this is it. Cost index 5, initial cruise level 340. I'm not too good in pounds, so I can't really judge these figures. Let's look at the actual payload. So we have packs 192 on board, and then 1.6 thousand pounds of cargo. So I believe this is giving us a really decent zero fuel weight, 154 out of a max 162. Takeoff weight also quite close to max takeoff weight, so you can see there's not too much headroom there. So I'm quite excited on how these takeoff calculations turn out to be. Speaking of which, or maybe we should first look at Navigraph. So wind is coming from, I think, a northerly direction today. So this means we are taking runway 30 right, which is here. We are currently parked at stand Charlie 9. So we have quite a short taxi out. We are lucky in that regard. So 30 right, and this will give us the Laney 6 departure. And it goes as such. So Tonka is the first waypoint. Runways 30 left, 30 right. For assigned headings from 220 clockwise to 360, cross 7 miles MSP above 3,500. Okay, so what we will do, we will depart, fly runway heading, climb to at least 3,500, and after crossing 7 miles MSP, we will go direct Tonka, and then just out on our flight route. Pretty straightforward as such. Maybe let's put this one up here, and then we can do the setup here together. But first of all, let me ask for the boarding now. Uh, 192, perfect. Okay, so departure 30 right, and the Laney 6 insert. Very cool. Then right away we can enter MSP, make it fixed dialed here, and also it would be kind of cool to have the range ring. So let's go MSP, and that was 7 miles. So 7 mile radius. Like that, we will see it on the navigation display in just a second. And yeah, I think for the performance calculations, we would actually need to wait for the final load sheet to come through, and there it is, perfect timing, spot on. Cool. Okay, so that's it, and then we go to takeoff. KMSP. Yeah, sorry, I have some keys assigned here. runway 30 right. Runway is not too long, 2,499 meters, so I will definitely go full length today. And this is the data, so 7 knots of wind. Temperature, let's make it 11 just in case. Maybe I need to reassign these keys. And yeah, conditions, drive, flex. Yeah, let's see what it gives us. Really excited to see it. Config 3, okay, just trying if config 1 would work as well. It does, 36. Let's see what config 2 is. 42. It is a bit of a difference. Let's maybe try a config 2 today then. We haven't done it in quite a while. So now this should work all automatically. 139, 45, 47. No takeoff shift, flap 2 down 0.6 and flex 42, transition 18,000 of course. Beautiful, looking very good. Wind upload, like that. Cost index 5, that's right. And fuel prediction, now it's 29 minutes on top. Let's see what these wind changes here. And right, I think we have pretty much calculated most of what we need to do. Oh, okay. Wow, that is a really extensive checklist. I'm gonna run through a few of those and then I will meet you back also when boarding is completed. See you in a bit, guys. Alright, that really took a very long time now, and we are quite a bit late. We will need to try to make up a bit of this time up in the air. Let's see what's possible. But now we are close, final bags are being loaded, so we can fire up the APU, turn on the seatbelt signs. This goes to auto. And yeah, then we're just waiting for the final load sheet to come through. I'm not sure if I've sent off the fuel report. Probably did not. 8021, send. And right, also I've put in initial altitude 7,000, and here's the range ring which we have been talking about. So we will climb runway heading until we get there, and then hopefully be above 3,500 and then turn direct Tonka. So it's fairly straightforward and fairly simple, the departure. Right, and yeah, parking brake is set, that's good. We can lock the cockpit door. Okay, now boarding is complete, doors are closed, APU comes on, external power goes off. We have another company message, that's the final load sheet compliance. Perfect. And now checklist. Fortunately, the next ones are not too crazy. So pushback doors are closed, the ears are aligned, fuel panel is set. We have 29,000 pounds on board. Radiator doors closed, beacons are coming on, and then this goes to auto and TA, like that. And then next, let's start already and then climb. Okay, that's quite interesting how they do it here at Delta. No, sorry. Oh, it's just a weird. So this is climb, but here that's after start. Performance, taxi, delayed start, before check. Okay, that's crazy stuff. Never mind, we will go to connections and ask for pushback. Yes, please. Jetway is disconnecting. Perfect. This goes to performance page. And we are looking good, I believe. It's a little bit dark in here, but maybe that's just due to the gate position. And now also very cool thing, we can look on the map since it also has the AI traffic in here. And we can see if there's tail goes to the right.
Departure check completed.
So there's one aircraft behind us. Let's wait until this Embraer is through and then we can start the pushback. That's so cool that it also works with AI traffic. The AFB is simply amazing. Yeah, there he is. So just have to wait another second, but then we should be good. Right, now we should be fine. Starting the block time. And we are good to fire up. So ignition to start, waiting for the bleed air. There it is, and starting number 2. And as always, GSX is being louder than the engines. Starting number 1.
Before we depart, I'll be giving a brief safety presentation. Okay, be sure all carry-on items are securely stowed in an overhead bin. And place smaller items under the seat in front of you.
Oh, that's very cool music playing there.
And ensure all aisles,
Oh, fuel pumps.
and
Oh,
bulkhead areas
God.
are clear.
Sorry about this. After all this time in the cockpit preparation, I forgot basically the most essential part. Sorry about that, but now they're on. Righty, okay, that's getting a tiny bit annoying. Checklist, let's see what's coming up now. After start, yellow electric pump is off. That's probably for the one engine taxi outs, which they sometimes do, and engine NTI is also off. Right, okay, 2 good engine start, this goes to normal. This is still too loud. AP bleed goes off, APU goes off, and flight controls trim should be down 0.6, like that, and weather radar, predicted wind shear, arm, flaps 2, max, flight controls, full left, full right, neutral, full up, full down, neutral, and rudder, full left, and full right, neutral. That's checked. I'm going to... Why is it... Ah, that's this. Okay, now I got it, sorry. Ah, that's better. Okay, so that's done. Performance FMS info is entered, of course. Takeoff speeds, we have those. Thrust and flap data, we have flaps 2, flex. Temperature 42 is set. Taxi flaps again are set. APU is off, trim is set, flight controls are checked. Righty, okay, so let's get rolling now. And I guess we will need some power here to get us going, and turn off the taxi lights, of course. And we need quite a bit of power to get going today. Okay, before takeoff, takeoff memo all green is coming up in a second. So let's wait another minute before we do these checklists. And yeah, taxi is super straightforward, just straight ahead, left. Runway is just down there. Okay, so TO config, all green. So before takeoff checkers, takeoff memo all green, ecam status checked. Runway departure first fix. That's really crazy what they have on this checklist. Takeoff briefing, flight attendants, packs are on, shutdown, and I also don't get the... then we will probably continue with the climb after that. Interesting. It's also an interesting airport setup. It's the first time for me using Minneapolis in the sim.
Be sure your seat is upright.
Right, so the safety briefing's still going on. Let's give them a cycle so they know we're about to take off here. And also quite cool, we can now use the map in order to see if there's some traffic coming in, but it looks like the approach is rather free just now. That's very good, so we can yeah, just go on the runway and then off we go. Okay, that's interesting. This taxi line is heading straight into the field. Okay, so strobes, landing lights, takeoff lights. Again, we need some more power. And then this goes to TARA tilt above on. There's one aircraft coming in. I'm not sure if he's on our runway or 30 left, but we should be able to get out in front of him. So let's do rolling start now. I mean, we're anyway quite late. So timer. And keep the thrust coming. And this goes to rudder pedals. Man, flex SRS and runway, flex temperature 42 degrees. Thrust is established. Let's see how these takeoff calculations turn out to be. V1 rotates to around 7.5 degrees, waiting for the liftoff. There it is. Ooh, we got a bit skewed there. Easy, okay, that was quite a bit more power than I expected, so we had a bit of runway margin left there. Beautiful stuff. Okay, climb power. There it is. Okay, and speeding up now. Let's put the autopilot in. We will stay on the heading until we get to the 7.5 mile, or 7 mile, I think. No, 7.5. Flaps 1. And also, I think it's quite interesting to see where our clean speed is today, given the high takeoff weight. So green dot 234, which is quite high. Okay, and you can see how close it is to the overspeed speed as well. Flaps up. Okay, I think this was all working quite nice. Let's see if we have a checklist here. Climb, altimeters not set yet. Transition in the US, of course, 18,000. Okay, and we've managed to get above 3,500, which was also the constraint. And now we need to go 1 mile further, and then we can go direct Tonka. 7.4, 7.5, there it is. Direct. Okay, fuel prediction. Right now we have 30 minutes on top. That's quite convenient. Bit of fuel to play around with and cruise. We are initially heading on 340, Optimus 330. So yeah, I think by the time we get there we will have burned quite a bit of fuel, so that should work out fine. Righty, okay. And oh, 7,000 coming up. Let's keep it climbing. 340. Alrighty guys, thank you very much for joining me on the departure, and then I will meet you back over in Las Vegas. Enjoy! Welcome back everybody. We are descending into Las Vegas, and as you can see around, beautiful weather here. Very few clouds back there, but other than that, yeah, very nice. Just a bit hazy, but overall good visibility. And yeah, it's quite a bit of a journey over from Minneapolis. Now 2 hours and 53 minutes in the air. That's of course due to the headwinds, which we generally encounter flying westbound. But it has been a pretty smooth ride so far, so all good. And yeah, now we are descending for a landing on runway 26 left, sorry. 26 left. Maybe we'll just start here. So we are flying the Chowi-1 RNAV arrival with the transition at Prino, which is the transition for 26 left. And yeah, now with the FP it's really cool. We can even see where we are, so coming into Curl lots, however to say that, below 9,000. Let's see, we are getting there just in time. And then Prino 8,000 at speed 210, so I believe we will need some flaps for the next one. Clean speed is 221, so yeah, for the next one we will be on a flap 1 already. And then from Prino on, the ILS down to 26 left. You can see it's all really straightforward. 3-degree glide slope, decision at 200 feet above ground level, 226.9 in terms of barrow, and yeah, that's pretty straightforward. Going around altitude is 6,000. I believe we should already be able to see, yeah. So 26 miles out at this point in time. And this is 8,000. I've already dialed this all the way down to 3.8, which is the glide slope interception altitude, the final one. And yeah, I think down at the ground it gets a bit more interesting. So this is the runway 26 left. You can see a lot of high speed exits towards the end. I have run the takeoff calculations, of course. Landing calculations, that's what I meant. 426 left, and we can see we have a landing distance available, 3208. And on the low, we will need a factored landing distance of 2841, so that's still a bit of a margin there. So I've selected auto brake low, and yeah, flaps 1. Oops, no, it's one too much. Flaps 1. That's what we've talked about. Right, and yeah, so that should be good. And then, of course, we can tap the manual braking at any point in time if we like. And approach speed 144. Lightly. Last time I checked, there was no wind at all. Yeah, wind's calm. It's warm, 26 degrees. And altimeter is 3001. That's also set already. And yeah, we are going to do a flap full config landing. And this is the glide slope already. That's pretty nice. So let's arm approach mode. Maybe we can switch that around, have the terrain on our side now. And that's the localizer and glide slope capture. That's really going very well up to this point. And now we are still 20 miles out. I believe approach phase should be activated. Yes, it is. This goes to 6,000. I forgot the landing lights. Seatbelt signs are on. We can arm those. Alrighty, then I also kind of want to check the map for the traffic. But we might be lucky. Just now there's... okay, no, there is traffic around. It's really hard to tell, but they might be coming in on the other runways, if I'm seeing this correctly here. So we have to take a note of this guy in particular. What are these guys doing? I think they're taxiing out to the other runway. That's a bit of a disappointment. Okay, never mind. I mean, we are AI traffic, we know this already. In the worst case scenario, we will have to clear them out. Checklists. Approach PFDs checked, flight attendants are notified, altimeters are set, landing gear, flaps and spoilers up next. Pretty straightforward. 14 miles out now, city is loading in. Yeah, taking some time. Okay, so let's go flap 2 and keep a speed of 170. That's always a nice approach speed. Okay, looking very good. 10 miles out, stable on the approach already. So that's all good. Now we just need to worry about the traffic. It is a bit weird since I checked active sky, and usually the active sky, active runways are the same which the AI traffic use, but apparently today it's not the case. But yeah, I think we should be fine. Okay, just glancing around, but everything is looking good. Now I'm very excited to land this plane, A321 Sharklets. It is a bit more floaty compared to the non-Sharklet version. Let's see how much of this effect we can feel during the flare. So the thing is, I might cut back to idle a little bit earlier, maybe around 40 feet above ground level. And then also yeah, maybe do a little bit less of a flare. Let's see how it works out. I mean, there's barely no wind, so that's definitely helping. Okay, 7 miles out, let's drop the gear. Alright, let's go back to approach speed and flaps 3. And flaps full, and then landing all green. Cool, so turn off and taxi lights. And then it is my aircraft. Now let's see how this works out. Beautiful Las Vegas city. One of the best sceneries in my opinion, or generally all the FlyTampa sceneries are really great. Since they come with a lot of surrounding. Righty, let's focus on the landing.
400.
Wind 4 knots coming in from the north. We're a touch high.
200. 100 above. 100. Minimum.
Continue.
20. Retard. 10. 5.
And there's the float, but we are down. Alrighty, reverse. Felt like the minimum was really late. I'm not sure if I've dialed it incorrectly. Okay, cool. So let's go. Manual braking, idle forward. And now there's some traffic. Ah, okay, he's on the other runways. Okay. Easy. Cool. Welcome to Vegas, guys. Very nice. Flight time 3 hours and 3 minutes. And now let's do the lighting. Strobes come off. Taxi lights. That's looking good. APU. A bit of a cleanup. Righty, now let's pull out the airport map.
Hello again, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to your destination.
Or let's look at the A cars. I think we have received the gate. Stand Delta 37.
This will be your one and only indication that it's safe.
And going to the map.
Please be reminded to use caution when opening overhead bins to prevent injuries from articles that may have drifted during landing. You may now use mobile phones.
Okay, somehow it's not loading in just now. Let's try the Navigraph here. Okay, so we will cross here onto Alpha 7, then taxi down, what's that, Bravo, till we get to Charlie 6, Charlie 5, and then the gate should be over here somewhere. Alright, but we do need to cross this active runway. So we need to make sure to look around. But it's clear on the left, and I think they're not coming from this side. So it's clear on the right. Now, of course, we might run into some traffic if they're taxiing out this way. But it looks free for now, so we might be lucky. Yeah, so regarding the landing, I think it was quite all right. I was just a bit surprised by the very late minimums call out. Not quite sure what happened there. Maybe altimeters were a little bit off. But other than that, quite nice. We did have a bit of a float there, but not too long. So we brought it down nicely. All good. Okay, let's go to parking. 37 is over there. So let's go Charlie 5 and cross Charlie on 7 Alpha and then turn right over to the gate. And maybe let's see where this guy is coming out. Nice, American 767. Okay, now it's not too far ahead. This is Bravo 4, and then the next one should be Charlie 6, and then it's Charlie 5 already. Okay, aircraft is even speeding up now on idle power. You don't get this too often in the CFM engines, especially with the A321. Okay, let's make sure EPU bleed is on. It's going to be important with these outside temperatures today. And then GSX should be waiting for us over there. Yeah, perfect. Okay, I'm not sure if there's going to be taxi lines in here. So we are just taking it manually, I guess. Okay, let's turn off and taxi lights now. And there, the marshal is waiting for us. Alright, this is really getting close. I'm not sure where he's planning to put us. Okay, looking good. Parking brake, of course. APU is running, so we can kill engines 1 and 2. And block time, 3 hours 17. And beacons, seatbelts. And I'm never sure, yeah, they do trigger. Wasn't a very good parking, okay. Fair enough then. Okay, let's see checklists. Let's see how extensive the shutdown checklist is for Delta. But that's really cool, I think, that we get the real checklists here. After landing, we didn't do that one. But we did all this stuff. So shutdown, seatbelt signs are off, beacons are off, engine anti-ice is off, fuel pumps. Right, not off yet. External power. Yellow electric pump is off, engine switches are off, transponder. Stand by, like that. Parking brake is set. Right, LACAS information, of course, we don't need to worry about that. Right, and so that's that from the flight deck. Right, so here we are in Las Vegas, guys. First full flight with the A321 Sharklets, and I am really happy to see that the stuff that they've modeled, for example, the bit of floaty behavior on final, and this kind of stuff, it's accurately modeled, and so we can actually feel it in the sim. maybe not on one flight, but if we do a couple of flights, then it will become yeah, more noticeable, I guess. And also just for your reference, fuel flow is also quite correct. So in SimBrief I've adjusted the fuel flow with -3, since the fuel savings of the Sharklets is around 3%. So I've did this, and yeah, fuel flow calculations have been spot on. So even the fuel flow is now really accurately calculated with the Sharklets. Also a very cool thing. And yeah, there on this note and on this site, thank you once again very much for joining me on this flight, and hope you guys take care and see you next time. Bye bye.